Hi, it's Pete Coors again with Guy McEndaffer from the board of the Western Stock Show Association, and we're here in the yards, and we want to talk a little bit this morning about bison. I've got Bob and Billy who run this program out here. Tell us what's going on out here, Bob.
Well, this is our annual bison show, Pete, and we'll be selling these animals tomorrow in the sale barn. We judged them all yesterday, and we've been doing this event down here since 1980, and it was the first judged bison show in the country, and we're still doing it, and it's a great crowd pleaser. We see a lot of people come down, want to see the bison, and it's a big event for the industry, so we're happy to be here.
I saw a bunch of young people, looks like students coming in here. It's great to see young people here and interested in bison and in the stock show.
Well, there's a junior judging competition that'll pay $1,000. We get a lot of judging teams from high schools all over the state, and it gets youngsters looking at bison from a livestock perspective.
So it's the mission of this National Western. Education is a big component, so it's fun to see those young people here getting engaged, and they're the future of the industry.
Absolutely right, they are.
So, Billy, you get to move these bison around a little bit. You want to tell us a little bit about what your job is here?
Well, we just come every year and do the sorting, and of course, as the judges pick the animals they want, like number 9 over with number 5, and that's our job to sort them and move them here and there. And of course, then the whole week, while Bob is being the diplomat, we take care of them and feed them and keep them watered and all that kind of stuff, and help with the junior judging, and we just kind of help wherever Bob needs us.
Billy, can you kind of explain to us, or briefly, the special care that it takes to move these bison around in the yards, because they're different than the pin cattle, the rest of the beef cattle that's here?
The bison are a lot flightier, and an old saying is you can move a bison anywhere he wants to go. You make a cow go, but he's got to want to go, so you just got to go a little slower and a little easier and let them hunt the hole instead of you just trying to drive them through the hole. If you can read a cow, you can read a bison, but you just got to handle them a lot easier and let them work themselves.
We're in the old yards here, and this is the last time we're going to be in these old yards. We're going to get some new pens for the bison, but for the cattle it'll be temporary pens, and for the bison it's going to be permanent pens because they're a little more difficult to keep corralled.
In the years ago when we started this event, these pens were even older, right? And the bison were a little wilder in those days. Just people didn't handle them maybe as well, or didn't know how to handle them as well. These animals are pretty good because they've been around people a little bit. You can see they're pretty relaxed, right? But yeah, the new pens, we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to the new sale barn and the new look of the National Western. It's going to be awesome. And meanwhile, we're going to be kind of sad to see these pens go, because there's a lot of memories and a lot of history here.
Well, we're going to preserve as much of this wood as we can to put in the new facilities and try to maintain great history of these yards, which date back to the early 1900s and 1906, the first official stock show.
Right. So there is a lot of cool history here, and I think the new project has tried to incorporate a lot of that history in the new construction, and that's really neat to try to maintain that legacy, that history. I think that's important.
Well, thank you for all you guys do to make this possible out here. I think a lot of times people think of stock show as being just the rodeo. And they don't understand the hard work that goes into breeding these animals and showing them, judging them, and all the things that go on out here. So again, seeing young people out there is really, really terrific, because that's the future.
That is the future, and it's cool to give them the opportunity to come down here and judge these animals themselves, and then they can win some money doing that. So it's a cool deal, and it helps them with their education.
Well, thank you to both of you.
Well, thank you, Guy. We appreciate you guys coming down here and visiting us.
Well, great.